lunchtime snow disc golf. I'm out here at Ace of Bales. This is what I would consider to be my home course. It's really close to where I work, and I come out here typically when it's warm out and try to play during the week. Here's the course layout. It's 9 baskets with 18 tee pads. All of them are pretty short. It's a fun little course. So I'm working on fixing my X step and seeing how the snow golf goes. So stay tuned. So here we have hole 1. It's 200 feet with no real obstacles outside of the water. My goal on this hole is to throw a nice straight or hyzer shot across the little stream and try to get as close to the basket as I can. Most often I land pretty close to where I am here. Quick easy par and on to hole 2. Hole 2 is about 143 feet, trickier because you have this little tree cluster. The path and water on the right are OB, but that typically isn't too big of an issue. I was pretty excited to lace through the trees, but released early, causing the disc to fade too soon, and it did end up skipping out of bounds to the other side of the path. I had a decent run to save par, but was just short, so I tapped in my bogey and moved on. This course is split into 2, with baskets 1, 2, 8, and 9 on one side, and 3 through 7 on the other side of the park. Hole 3 is 233 feet with a straight or hyzer line to the basket, which is nestled between 2 guardian trees. OB water on the right. You can see here I'm really trying to focus on my footing to make sure that my X step starts with my left foot going behind my right foot. It's a bit of an adjustment. This is one of my closer drives on this hole, but I chose a straddle putt versus my typical form and throw it just beyond the basket, taking my par. The next hole is only 181 feet, but is my least favorite on the course. I always shank into the big tree next to the telephone pole. This may have been my best drive I've ever had on this hole, narrowly clipping the top of the tree and landing inside of circle 1. Then I royally biffed my upshot. And my rush putt leaves me with another bogey. Hole 5 comes in at 147 feet, and I think this will be my first ace hole when it happens. Generally, I throw the hyzer line releasing so my disc goes to the right of the 2 trees guarding the basket and grab an easy 2. Today was not that day, and with my lack of follow-through, I fade out and bounce OB across the path. Here you can see my very animated par save. I never catch any of my good putts on camera, so I was pretty stoked. On to hole 6, and we have a 202-foot shot uphill. I narrowly missed the first tree and managed my best drive on this hole to date. My upshot is a bit wonky, and I hyzer around the back of the tree rather than laying up right under the basket. But I still walk away with my par. Hole 7 is 179 feet with a downhole slope. The water behind the basket is OB, but doesn't usually come into play. The basket is just under where the 2 trees seem to meet. My play again is typically a straight or hyzer line, trying to end under those branches, square with the basket. I rush my putt again and take the par as a result. Hole 8 is another straight shot, 171 feet. The path to the left of the basket is OB, but I typically find myself far right in the field. I released on too much hyzer today, gaining some distance, but also landing myself OB. Unfortunately, I was unable to capitalize on a second par save. Coming up to the final hole of my abbreviated game. The basket is 186 feet ahead, just past the two smaller twiggy trees to the right of the skate park. The stream to the right plays OB, but the hill leading to the water is safe. I had a decent hyzer shot and again found some new distance. Normally my first drive ends up near the corner of the fence at the skate park. I overthrow my birdie shot, which I then make with my driver. And end my round on a par, going 3 over through 9, which is definitely not my best, but I'm working on some changes, so I expect there to be some yips.
Just finished 9 holes and getting used to the snow and fixing my X step. So wasn't the best round of 9 I've ever played, but I'm not too disappointed. Definitely could be much worse. Take care, guys.
The other thing to note is the distance I was using came from U-disc, not the course. Okay, so I really wish I had a follow flight on this because I have never shanked on this hole worse than I did today, and I just had to laugh it off.
God. I don't even know how that just happened.
Thanks so much for watching, guys.